Yo, welcome to Fast Forward Mindset Motivational Podcast. I'm your host, Coach James. This is where we rewire your thoughts, reset your mindset, and fast forward your life. No more rewinding, just discipline, motivation, and the truth you need to become unstoppable. If you're ready to elevate your mindset and take control of your future, you're in the right place. Let's go.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope all is going well. So, y'all, we really got hit with a crazy winter storm just over the last couple of weeks. Now, I'm in Arizona, so I don't get all that crazy snowed in, all that ice, what they call it, ice, black ice, all that snow drizzles, all that ice drizzles. We don't get that here in Arizona. So, I mean, we get it up in the higher country, Prescott and Flagstaff, but we don't see a lot of crazy weather here in the wintertime. Now, our summer is hot, but our winter is nice. So y'all, I just want to pray for y'all and say, hey, I hope y'all okay. The ones that are dealing with that crazy winter stuff, because some of that stuff can lead to death. So I'm definitely keeping y'all in my prayers. Your network is your net worth. Let me say that again, because I feel like my teeth kind of threw the extra T out there. That didn't need to happen, y'all. That did not need to happen. So let me say it again. Your network is your net worth. Okay. And I have a question that I really want y'all to marinate and ruminate about. Okay. Would you love to increase your income? Would you love to make more money? Would you love to have a bigger checking or savings account? And I know some of y'all probably thinking like, yeah, coach, everybody will want to have more money. Everybody will want to have a bigger bank account, right? I mean, it just makes sense to have more money in life. And I know Myron Golden talk about it a lot, where he says that a lot of people he encountered, like Christians, for example, always thought that it was wrong to want to have a big pocketbook just because, the religion, the beliefs when it comes to money, what does money really mean to you? How does it benefit your life? People really take that and be like, hey, I don't want to have money because money makes you do this. Right. And I think for a lot of us, we really think like hard about wanting to have money. We look at the whole P. Diddy scenario. I mean, we look at the stuff that people say about Jay-Z. We look at the things that people say about famous people with money, their lifestyle, the choices they make, the decisions, the temptations, and all that stuff. And we're like, hey, I don't want to live my life that way just because I don't. Right. And so we take the idea of having a lot of money, being rich, and like, hey, I don't want to live like that because I don't want to be like them. Right. But back to what I was saying, your network is your net worth. Right. My daughter works at one of the major retail stores. And out of respect for her, I'm not going to say the name. I'm just going to say major retail stores. Major retail stores. Well, she tell me some of the stories of things that happen there, and people come in the stores asking for discounts around the holidays, any day of the week. I remember she would say, for some reason, our store got blitzed today. Somehow, some way, people said we had a 99-cent rack, a $2 rack. And I'm like, how does that happen? Wow. But yeah, she would tell me these horror stories where people will come in and they deserve a discount. This should be discounted. That should be discounted. And it makes me wonder why we get so hungry for having a discount. And I feel like that some of us want a discount because we don't have enough income in our life. And so we start trying and looking for ways to cut corners to have more money in our pocket, to save more money, or what have you when it comes to money, right? And so we want these discounts because we like, hey, if I can save 25 cents here, I could put it somewhere else. If I could save $1 on this shirt, I could put that dollar somewhere else. And so some of us really get crazy when it comes to trying to save money. But back to my point, y'all, the people that you choose to hang around will dictate your network, your net worth, right? So we have to be very careful about who we choose to put ourselves around. Now, I used to be that guy who I had my homeboys I used to hang out with. We would uh, get on them sticks and play Madden all night long and smoke up, get a couple cigarillos, couple packs of beer, liquor, whatever you call it, whatever you think of, we would do it. I remember at one point, my mom was doing daycare my mom had like 2 or 3 houses she was doing daycare out of. And she said, James, this is the house. You're responsible for this house. There's going to be kids here Monday through Friday. Your job is to make sure that the grass is cut. Make sure you keep the house looking nice. Make sure that you make it happy, friendly environment. And I'm like, Mama, for no rent, I can do that for you. For no rent out of my pocket, I can do that for you. So my mom did that, right? And so she had a house, like I said, and so I would take care of it, make sure that the yard was cut, make sure the trees was groomed, the inside looked immaculate and smelled good. But on the weekends, my boys would come over, y'all, on Saturdays and Sundays, and we would have these Madden tournaments all day long. Like I said a minute ago, I just expressed to y'all how that happens and what other entertaining things we would do while we are playing Madden. But me and all those guys all had the same idea. It was play the game, have fun, get wasted, get saucy, whatever you want to call it. That was our MO on the weekends, right? And so all of us had the same idea, was to do the same thing. So it was one of those things where the people who I surrounded myself with at the time was only to do one thing, right? I had a friend who complained about his SRP bill like just crazy. Man, all the time, complaining about his SRP bill. It was always high. The kids was leaving the lights on. The wife was watching too much TV. Someone left the patio light on all day long. And so he would just complain about his light bill. And when I thought about why he would complain about his light bill, again, it goes back to that factor of the less money you pay on SRP. That's electricity here in Arizona, y'all. We got APS as well, but I live in an area where I've always had SRP. But back to what I was saying, the less money you pay on SRP, the more money you can put in your pocket, right? And so again, that brings me back to my point that your network is your network. The people who you decide to hang around will dictate how much money that you make. So today, y'all, I'm going to teach y'all how to increase y'all income, have a bigger bank account, have more money set aside for you to enjoy, not for you to go and party with, not for you to spend it all on material things, but for you to have a bigger bank account to find more ways of investing so that you can find a network to where it increases your net worth, right? Let me say this about more money. More money puts you with people who has more money. That should be the mindset, right? It surrounds you with people who has more money. When you start hanging out with people who has more money, those people have more money making ideas. And so you listen to their money making ideas and you take what they say and you take your extra money that you now have, you increase your network, and now your net worth goes up. It's as simple as that, y'all. It's not rocket science. But let me give y'all a few ideas on how you can increase your network. Okay. Your income is what I should say. Number one, you got to hang with ambitious people. Like I said, you can hang with the homies to play Madden on the weekends. That's fine. But the other 5 days out of the week, you got to hang with some people who has ambitions outside of playing Madden all day long. You got to hang with some people who have some money movement ideas. You got to hang with people who have some investment ideas. That way, when it comes time for you, when you get your extra chips, when you get your income tax returns, instead of you going down to Champs and Foot Locker and buying the Michael Jordans, the throwbacks, you will now take that $100 and invest it somewhere else where hopefully it is going to gain you more money in your pocket. And that's why you must hang with ambitious people, because ambitious people have a way of teaching you how to increase your net worth. Number two, learn and know your value. This is important, y'all. Learn and know your value. Because a lot of times we circle ourselves around with the people that we feel like that is our value. Right? So if you circle yourself around people who feel like that their value is low, you're going to end up having low value because the people that you circle yourself around with doesn't feel like that their value is more than what it is. I want to tell y'all something, and listen to this real clear. You are worth more than you value yourself at today. We all are as human beings. No matter what, we are worth way more than what we give ourselves value for. But what happens is that we start living our life as if our value cannot appreciate, it only depreciates. And that is not true as a human being. As a human being, as Les Brown say, we are the only ones who have full potential and control of our lives. And when I say we're the only ones compared to animals, birds, bees, cows, they can't make the decisions that we make. They do one thing only. Cows just provide the beef. They just provide the beef. That's it. Bees just give us the honey. That's it. That's their job. That's their network. That's what they do. But for us, we have unlimited options and choices as to how much we want to value ourselves, to look at ourselves at a higher pedestal, to be valued higher. But I'm telling you today, if you do not value yourself high, you are cutting yourself short. My dad always says, son, don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. That means that your value for yourself should be higher. Because when you cheat yourself, your value is low. When you treat yourself, your value is high. I deserve this. I earned this, and I'm going to go get it, and I'm going to take it because my value is higher than what other people value me to be. Learn and know your value. You're very valuable. Treat yourself as such. And if people around you don't treat you as being valuable, find a new group of people. Live out your purpose. Live out your purpose. Find your purpose. Know your purpose. Know your role. I used to work with a couple people back in the day. I said a couple people. I work with a lot of people, but there was this group I used to go to lunch with, and they were an older group, but they were funny people, right? I would always find a way to put myself with people that was outside of my lines and within my lines. I'm that guy that I could go to a crowd of people where I don't know anybody. In some group, I'm just gonna go find somebody to hang out with, and voila, there I am. I just fit in with people. But it was this group of people I just found my way to fit in with, and they had this little little joke today I would always say, and that joke was, know your role. Be quiet and know your role. Shut up and know your role. Get in line, know your role. And that was their whole thing. Every time we eat lunch, that's what those two would always say. It was a guy and a girl. They would always say, know your role. And we would all just laugh. But live out your purpose. Know your role. For years, I struggled with knowing who I was, what I was, and what my purpose was. I feel like it's clear now. I'm on this podcast preaching to y'all about how to put more income and make more income and how to value yourself. So my purpose is very well known now. But for years, y'all, my purpose was Madden. My purpose was playing tournaments on the weekend with the video games and eating church's chicken and drinking a 12-pack and smoking 17 cigarillos. That was my purpose back then. But that's not my purpose no more because I know my purpose. And my purpose is to do what I'm doing right now behind this microphone. That's my purpose. So live out your purpose. Some of y'all know y'all purpose, but you know what y'all do? Y'all put up blinders all day long. Blinders, roadblocks, hurdles. I can't do this because of that. Can't do this because that person. This person won't let me. This happened, so I can't do that now. Some of us make every excuse in the world not to live out our purpose. We know our purpose. We've invested in our purpose before. We've practiced our purpose. But when it really comes down to you actually living it out and being consistent with it, you take the back seat. And in order for you to increase your income, in order for you to choose a better network that's going to increase your net worth, you must find and live out your purpose consistently. That is the only way it's going to work, y'all. I played some of those games that some of y'all are still playing right now, where y'all just stuck in neutral. If you're going uphill, the car just rolls backhill. If you're going downhill, the car just rolls downhill. That's neutral. Neutral just moves whatever way that you're sitting or wherever the wind takes you. That's neutral. But I tell you now, if you one of those people who like to live in neutral, you're not living out your purpose. You're not being ambitious. You don't know your value. So you just sit in neutral all day. But your network is your network. Hey, y'all, thank y'all for listening. I really, really appreciate it. Hey, y'all, I just really, really want to just say thank y'all to my consistent listeners. And if this is your first time listening to the podcast, welcome to Fast Forward Mindset Motivational Podcast. This is what this podcast is all about. It's to teach you, to give you some ideas, to help you live a happy and healthier lifestyle with more money in your pocket. That's what it's all about. Positivity. I actually just posted a video the other day on my social media sites about positivity. Positivity is such a strong word, and positivity can change your life drastically. But you got to know what that looks like, and you got to know what your positivity, what your positive abilities are, and put it that way, your positive abilities. Because you can be positive, but does that positivity lead you somewhere? And that's why I say you got to know what your positivity abilities are, because once you are aware of those, you can do numerous things with the word positivity. Hey, y'all, don't forget to follow the podcast. When you follow the podcast, you'll never miss a moment to rewire the way you think. I'm not hard to find, y'all. I'm on IG all day, every day. Every day. Check me out. It's James Watkins at 40 and Fit Life Coach. Don't forget to check out my website. It's www.rewirethewayouthink.com. I need to really get better at my website, y'all. I'm thinking about hosting monthly challenges, mindset challenges. Like this month, we focus on positivity, right? This month, we focus on not saying anything negative about ourselves. This month we focus on driving our purpose, right? So I'm gonna get better at that. But y'all go check out my website. And if some of y'all got some pointers and ideas you want to share, email me. My email is jewatki1@gmail.com. Definitely send me an email. If you're struggling today with thoughts of suicide, thoughts of hurting yourself or someone else, please don't hesitate to call the Suicide Prevention Hotline at 988. Hey, y'all, I'm Coach James. Let me help rewire the way you think. And as I always say, practice daily mindset rehabilitation. And that's my 2 cents in there, y'all. Peace.
Thank y'all for listening to today's episode. And remember, don't rewind your life, fast forward it. Until next time, keep moving forward. Hey, y'all, I'm Coach James. Let me help rewire the way you think. All right, y'all. Peace.